Hello, 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 and today's not a combo guide, a tier list, play this character, or me trying to influence you into the ways of the god. This today is a series of case studies, no character in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and today we're covering the beautiful one, Goku Rose. Now Goku Black in with this Rose pink form, a type of character at a glance when you look at him. This is a character that has so much control of the screen. So if you enjoy characters that will literally fly across the screen, hitting the opponents from angles they're not ready for, and in the blank of an eye hit the opponents with moves they're not ready for, whilst also teleporting, this character is definitely for you. He has such great control by controlling the pace of the game, great angles of his ki blast. So this character is definitely for you if you enjoy controlling the pace of the game, the speed of the game, then he's for you. Now, as always in these case studies, we're going to talk about zones first. So it's a grounded concept. You hear me talk about up close, mid range, and far. We use the term zones here to just explain the terminology of what we're talking about here. So you hear me talking about moves here, here, or here. We're also going to go into buttons on the floor, in the air, supers, specials before we go into win conditions and game plans and fighting against this character. So let's begin. Now Goku Black's 5L, -2, great 5L here. You can chain this. So this is really good for staggering. So your opponent really has to guess it. His 5LL is -5. However, this hits at round starting really up to -3. So again, this is a good stagger tool. Good tool to kind of throw out there. Can be +1 if you did really far. Yeah, there we go. Can go up to -1. So it's a really strong tool here. And -5, and it advances. So unless his opponent presses buttons, he can advance and keep going. His 2M is -4. However, the range is really good. This is an 11 frame 2M. Great range. So your opponent has to be really wary around these ranges if he's going to hit them. His 5M advances. So just like his LL, his M keeps going. So unless you stop him, he can actually keep advancing like that. But unlike his LL, which actually pushes him forward a lot, the M on it is only a little bit. So this is really good, just pressure Goku Black. His 2H, as you saw there, this 2H will stop ki blasts. So if I'm Goku Black and I throw out a ki blast, his 2H will stuff those ki blasts. This range of this 18 frames are a bit on the slower end, but the range of this 2H is ridiculous. So one of the better 2Hs in the game. It might be on the slower end, but the range of this really helps, complements him moving around as well. So with all these movements here. His 5H as well. Great move here. This again to ki blast as well. So you can see here Goku Black is kind of designed stuff. So this is the mid-range tool here. Goku Black has it easy confirms from there. Now in the air, he has a JL. It's a really good JL. So if opponent wants a super dash, it has a very good range to kind of stuff out those pesky super dashes there, and Goku Black can easily confirm. His JH, the dolphin kick, is one of his main approaching tools. So while you're moving around, this is actually really good to kind of stuff super dashes. So if I can get it out here. So this is really good to kind of close out space while you're moving around, waiting for the inevitable 2H there. So combined with his JM, Goku Black's got really, really powerful strings. Now let's go straight into his supers, because he has got some tricks up his sleeve. Zamasu that has stolen this Goku's body. Goku's level 1. Freezes time, so this is really good for kind of hitting people when they're spark. This will hit them as well. He can do it on the ground, in the air. His other level 1. Again, he can do this anywhere. So let's do this combo, a normal combo. His level 1 will just go straight towards him. If you do it too fast, that's what happens. However, if you delay it a bit, so just be careful with how you are using his level 1 there. And his level 3, let me show you God's work. Brings all of those clones, sets up a unique situation where he's able to teleport as well. So yeah, those are his supers. Now let's delve straight into his specials, because Goku Black has quite a few tricks up his sleeve. Now, one of the biggest ones he has is obviously 214L. If you do this in front, he teleports in front of you. And he's able to do this. If he does M, he goes a bit further behind. So if you combine this with mixing up the opponent here, he can really put up unique situations. Combined with his 2M, where the opponent really has to kind of think about what Goku Black is doing. As if he combines with the L1, he can actually go obviously in front of you, depending on the assists that you have as well. His H version, ridiculously rapid. So Goku Black can set up situations here where it really mix up your opponent, especially with the H1. So you can really, if you obviously float, if you Tiger Needers, if you end this in the up motion as well, he's able to control where he goes. So if you combine that with an assist, you can really put up situations where your opponent really has to kind of guess where they're gonna block versus him. So that's really that's his teleport. His 2-on-4S is a command grab. Anywhere on the screen, obviously 31 frames. So if you combine this with Goku Black's pressure, he's moving around. And if your opponent decides to jump, which many people do, it turns to a Kamehameha itself. And there, it becomes a beam. So this way, if the opponent wants to jump this, it's a beam that opponent has to react to. So that's a really cool thing about his command grab, unlike most command grabs in the game. He's 2-on-4L, 2-3-6L, sorry. He's God Slicer. This is -5 on block. His M version, a bit slower, kind of used in the corner. And then his H version is rapid. So this will really hit the opponent. Obviously, the opponent can super dash through it. However, if you do it earlier than your opponent, this is what happens. So you have to be very wary as Goku Black. But if the opponent is just jumping in the air, this can catch the opponent near full screen, as you just saw there. So while Goku Black is running and doing all of this, this move can catch the opponent in a flash. So you use this kind of as a tool to approach space. You can tell it, and obviously his dive kick here, this does not hit low. So if one don't switch, it's not a low hitting dive kick. However, this is -3 when they're crouching, -4 sometimes, and -3. But if they stand, this can be -4, -5, and obviously -4. Good thing about this is kind of a combo ender. This helps Goku Black when he's moving around. So if you combine this with this, the opponent sometimes can't super dash through this. So if you combine that while they're moving around, right there, so you can do this combining obviously necessary tools. Goku Black can and also H's for the knockdown. So that's what you can do there. Now I could spend forever talking about his specials, obviously, and their usage, but let's move into the win conditions and game plan for kind of Goku Black. Now, one of the biggest win conditions you have just by his tools alone is Goku Black enjoys a grounded opponent who's far to mid range. Goku Black has supreme control here. Obviously with his 5S. So we didn't even go through his S's. So Goku's S's here, he's got a Kamehameha as well. 2v6 S's, a Kamehameha. And his 5S, if you hold it down, it's like this. If you hold it down and go and press forward and press 6, it gets faster. You hold it down and press 4, it's a bit slower. And press 4 is slower. So Goku Black really enjoys playing this game because he has a great 2H. So as long as the opponent is grounded, Goku Black loves to control his opponent between far to mid range at ranges where he can react with the 2H. So he really wants to annoy the opponent. We're obviously with dive kicks. We're hitting them out of nowhere with moves like here. See if the opponent wants to react here. That's what Goku Black wants to do. Really wants to annoy the opponent. So kind of assists that allow him to back kind of pressure, moving around. Goku Black enjoys them. So now let's go to the partners. What two things is he looking for in a partner? Aside from his win condition, what is he really looking for? Now Goku Black, as you saw, his 236L is really fast. So one thing he does enjoy is characters that allow him to convert from obviously 236L. Doesn't look like Goku, obviously Goku doesn't help him there, neither does Vegeta, but he really enjoys characters that allow him to do that. And most importantly, he enjoys a horizontal strike assist while he's moving around. Teleporting, Goku Black enjoys assists that while he's moving around in the air, assists that strike the opponent, so he can obviously continue his combos there. So you see that with Goku's assist. See, with his dive kick, he's one of the few characters in the whole game that from his dive kick, Goku Black retains a dash. He gets another dash, obviously, in the corner. So yeah, he enjoys, like we saw that with there. It's not Vegeta, not so much. Doesn't look like it helps him there. In strings as well, he enjoys assists that are fast strike assists, so that they're able to kind of strike the opponent. I see that with Goku, it's a bit slow, but it's definitely helpful. Vegeta doesn't help at all. So let's check their B assists. Let's see if their B assists are a bit more helpful. So 2-6L conversion. If we do this from here, see, very fantastic. So this helps Goku Black here. A bit on the slower end, but obviously it does help him there. And horizontal movements, wow, because obviously Goku Black's going to move around the screen a lot like this. So the ability to get a confirm while he's hitting the opponent there. Probably didn't hit him there with 1.4. So able to get the confirm there, and while we're moving around, see like there, while he's moving around doing all of this, that's what he enjoys. So it's very easy to do with obviously Goku's B assist and obviously block strings. Put guard all. Because on block, this is plus 40, so obviously this is very helpful to him. Especially when he gets to do stuff like this. Even though he doesn't have a low, he can really mix up there and put pressure on the opponent. Because that's what Goku Black's doing, a lot of pressure. Obviously because his 2L, which again, I didn't show that he can chain his 2L as well, is -5. I didn't show that, my bad. So even though this isn't a low, Goku Black is really applying a lot of pressure on his opponent. Now let's see the B assist for Vegeta. So Vegeta is not really helpful for the 2-6L conversion. Probably have to do it a bit preemptive. See, but it will be helpful to him flying around like so. And because of the range of his 2L, it will be really helpful him. So while he's moving around, see if 2-1-4L. So see there, it's definitely helpful there. So we can use those assists. Now let's go on to C assists. So with their C assist, now Goku C assist is a bit slow. So from 2-6L, definitely not. It probably won't help from here. Oh, it does help. Oh wow, 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 wow. So that C assist was really, really helpful to him. So that's really helpful. And obviously doing all of this, because you're moving around the screen, the opponent has to kind of change their guard. So this is really helpful to him while he's moving around. Might not be so much in strings because it is a bit on the slow end, but on block, obviously, as you know, C assists are Goku C assist is plus 50. So this will kind of allow unique situations here where your opponent really has to kind of guess, so that we can use that. Let's see Vegeta's C assist. So let's change it to 2-6L. So it looks like it's helpful as well. So when you're hitting them at mid-range, but it looks like they drop out. So probably not. Oh, there we go. He's got to wait for it. So Vegeta looks like he helps there. 2-on-4L. Vegeta doesn't look like it hit there. However, moving around, because it is a C assist, you really can mix up the opponent by doing like situations like so. So why mix up opponent? He really can mix up the opponent, especially with his teleports, especially with the way C assists are working. So potentially, that you can use that with him. Now let's look at the other assists on the other side. Now Majin Buu 2-6L. It looks like it definitely helps for Goku Black, especially when he's moving around. Easy confirms. So while he's moving around and teleporting, Majin Buu's giving very easy confirms. Now Kefla as well. Easy confirm 2-6L. So probably just a bit earlier when you're a bit further out. I'm terrible. And obviously while you're moving around with Kefla, because of it's a fast assist, both Buu and Kefla help there. So this really helps Goku Black maintain that control whilst moving around on the screen, throwing out his JS, baiting out his opponents obviously on 2H them. Now it seems like he has everything right. We talked about his win conditions and basic game plan. What about fighting against Goku Black? How do we fight a character that has so much control and is moving around the screen? Now, aside from command grab, if the opponent is to crouch, one of the biggest things about Goku Black, aside from his command grab here, the opponent has no reason to hold down back, to not hold down back, unless you do this here. The opponent really has no reason not to hold down back. So it's really easy for your opponent to kind of react to the options Goku Black has here. If you're trying to mix up the opponent, that is. So if the opponent is trying to mix you up, the Goku Black's not really there for that. He's there to kind of tag the opponent, bait them out, use his great 2H there. But for Goku Black here, he's just trying to pile on pressure continuously. Aside from this left-right that he has with, obviously, with using, if you hold up with his teleport, where you're able to float after. Aside from that left-right that you can do there, he has no real reason for the opponent to not just hold down back and react to the situation. Yes, he has this. The opponent can just hold back there. Yes, you can mix up the opponent there, but these aren't really fast options. So it's something they do have to think about. And most importantly, chasing a lead without assists outside of 2v6H is really hard for Goku Black. His whole game is based on him trying to bait his opponent, coming towards him and him running away. But if you're playing an opponent who's running away, him chasing the lead aside from this is really hard for Goku Black. So while yes, he's great at maintaining and controlling the pace of the game, once the game has actually gone away from him, to gain it back is really, really hard for this character. Aside from using this, there's nothing really here at these ranges. Unless his opponent super dashes, there's nothing here his ranges can do for his opponent. 2v6L, he's not really doing anything here that's really tempting his opponent to win. So chasing the life lead is really hard for him. He has to really get into, he's really powerful here at the mid-range, obviously because of these moves. But if the opponent isn't doing anything at these ranges, it's really hard for this character to kind of chase a lead from far. But once he's in from mid, it's very actually easy for him. See, as you see there, you can get really cute mix-ups with C assists that you can't do from most assists. Right, let's go back to character select screen. Otherwise, I can spend forever talking about fighting against Goku Black. Now with Goku Black, we spoke about kind of one of the biggest win conditions for him is a grounded opponent, or an opponent who's at that far to mid range, because he's very, very strong at controlling his opponents. So for him, once he gets that little sliver of a life lead, it is hell for your opponent to kind of gain it back, because he's very good at handling the universal options like Super Dash. Because of his great range of his 2H, his 5H, he has great control at that far to mid range. So him being at that range, he's already at an advantage with a life lead. We spoke about with partners for him. He really enjoyed, obviously Goku, not so much his A assist. He really liked the B assist of Goku, and also with C assist, he was able to get those because of his moving around in the sky with the jump 214L and the jump 236L and moving around in the sky. Movement with Goku Black is something that he really enjoys. So using the C assist we saw there with Goku and with obviously Blue Vegeta, those are really helpful for Goku Black that we saw there. And we also saw on the other side as well with the other assists we had there that they were really helpful for helping him. We saw with Kefla and Majin Buu that both of their assists were really helpful in using stray hits with 214L, the dive kick, and 236L. Now fighting against him, we talked about, aside from a command grab, there's no real reason for the opponent not to just hold down back. Yes, he has his H teleport, where he can set up really unique situations, but he has no real reason for his opponent by himself to really engage the opponent there, because it is a slow option. So he has to stay more to that control game and really controlling his opponent there. And chasing a lead without assists outside of 236H is really tough for Goku Black. As we saw that he has no real low 2L, and he has great far to mid-range options. But when he's chasing a lead from far, it is actually quite tough for him. When he is at that far range, he does have that dive kick, but that can be 2H full screen. So he got to be very careful while he's chasing his opponent. But yeah, if you did like the video, please leave a like, comment as well. We do want to create conversations around characters, not just following what people say, but picking characters because we want to use them and obviously their tools. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.